Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me featuring this springy makeup look right here. I went for a very soft pink and purple eye look, and I do also have some spring outfits to share with you at the end of the video. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I upload 4 days a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for now, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, so I'm going to start off priming with the Kokie Smooth Glow Face Primer. And let's just talk a little bit about my hands right now. So they're pretty, this one in particular looks pretty bad. So I tried a new self-tanner yesterday. It was I grabbed it to show you guys, the Tan Luxe, the water. It's like a water self-tanner. And I tried it for the first time last night, and I don't blame the tanner. I blame myself because my hands were super dry to begin with, and I tried to really moisturize them first, but I feel like it really took to my hands. And I feel like my hands, this one in particular, looks really bad. But the rest of me, I don't feel like I got that much color. I don't know. I've been seeing this self tanner a lot recently. I feel like it's been getting a lot of attention, and it's a neat concept. It's a water that you spritz onto yourself, and it's supposed to tan you. But I need to try it some more. If you guys have tried it, I want to hear your thoughts. Now for foundation, I'm going to be mixing these two together. I'm going to be mixing the Too Faced Peach Perfect in the shade Warm Nude, which is way too dark for me, with the Manic Panic Dream Tone foundation. So I've been using this combination a lot recently. I probably got way too much of that just now, but I just apply this first and then apply the Too Faced over it. Then I'm going to blend this out with the Sigma F80. I think I got even a little bit too much of the white just now, but we'll bronze it up and try to fix that later. Then I'm going to go ahead and conceal with my Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Cool. I'm also going to take this onto my lids just to act as a primer. Now lately I've been wearing like such a small amount of concealer. I just haven't been wanting to do the full triangles because I just feel like it makes my under eyes look so dry. So lately, sorry if you can hear my cats playing, but lately I've just been applying a little bit and then blending it out with my finger. Alright, now I'm just going to quickly set my under eyes and my face with the Catrice Prime and Fine powder. Alright, for bronzer, I'm going to be taking my favorite, the Becca Bali Sands bronzer, and starting to warm up my skin a little bit. And I'm probably going to apply a decent amount of this because I think I went a little bit too light on my foundation, especially when I have a tiny bit of a tan right now. Okay, if you guys heard me in my video the other day talk about how we got a plant recently, and Blue has been eating this plant. The plant is sitting maybe like 10 feet in front of me, and he's chewing on it right now. So if you heard that, that was him being naughty. If anyone has plants and cats, let me know how you keep your cats from eating your plants, because Tilly doesn't really mess with it too much, but Blue will just sit there and crunch on it, especially at night when we're sleeping. We'll just hear, he's not like eating it, he doesn't swallow it, but he just wants to chew on the leaves of it. I don't know why. Alright, for blush, I'm going to take this light peachy one from Ofra. It's the shade Bellini. They sent this to me recently, and I feel like it's a really pretty spring color. If you heard me, I was tapping it off because it is very pigmented, so you want to be careful. The first time I applied it, I expected it to be a little bit more sheer, and I got just a big spot on my face. I think this is just so pretty and springy. And then for my highlight, I'm going to be using Old Reliable, the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This was in my project pan last year, and I've definitely slowed down on using it since that project ended, but I would still love to hit side pan on it. I'm really, really close, and I would love if I could do that even though I'm not like actively working on panning it up. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I usually do these off camera, but you guys always tell me that you like it when I do it on camera so you can see what I'm doing. So as you might know, I've mentioned this a couple times, I've been using the Wet n Wild taupe brow pencil recently instead of my Ardell one. I find it very similar, but this is a little bit warmer than the Ardell one, which I didn't like at first, but I've just kind of gotten used to it at this point. I can hear birds chirping outside, and it's so funny because we've been getting snow in Michigan, and I was in New York for the past week and a half, and we got a ton of snow there. Well, not a ton, but a ton for the month of April. But I can hear the birds outside chirping, and it's such a trick because I'm like, oh, it's springtime, it's springy weather. But I know that it's freezing, and it just snowed yesterday, but it's supposed to be really warm again this weekend, so I don't know what's going on. So this next step I don't always do, but if I want to make sure my brows are really clean and defined, I will. And I take the IBY Brow Powder Duo in the shade Blonde, and I use mostly the darker one on the IBY, I don't know what this is called, doesn't have a name on it. It's just an angled brush with a spoolie at the end. And I just clean up underneath my brows with this. Now, I don't like doing my eyebrows with just powder because I don't feel like, sometimes I do, sometimes I will if I'm going for a more natural makeup day, but when I want my eyebrows to be pretty defined, I still like to at least use a pencil also. But sometimes when I go in with the powder, it just helps everything out a little bit more. And the final step is to go in with the Essence Make Me Brow and just give them a little bit more volume. Alright, so for eyes, I think I want to use this palette. This is the Pixi Chloe Morello collab. They have a full spring collab with 3 different influencers. It's like a whole line of different collaborations, and they each worked on 2 products, and this is one of the ones from Chloe Morello. Now, I've tested out half of these. Pixi did send this to me. I've tested out half of the products from the collection, but I still have a few more that I want to try out because I want to share my reviews for you guys. So I figured today I wanted to use this palette. Now, it has blush shades, but I've already done my blush, of course. So I'm just going to be using the eye shades. So for the look I'm planning on doing today, I want to do something very soft and natural, but just on the top. On the bottom, I want to kind of play it up. I have a purple eyeliner I want to use and some purple shadows. So we're going to do something fun on the lower lash line, but very natural on the lid. So I'm going to start, sorry if this is blinding you, there's a little mirror here, but I'm going to start with this light brown right here. Now they say that this can be used for your eyebrows or for eyeshadow, this whole little trio of colors, but I'm going to use it as my transition shade. Now I'm trying to use the tiny little mirror that comes with this, but it's not a great mirror for, it's definitely not big enough for this. Alright, so now I think I'm going to take this shade right here and put that all over my lid. Just a really pretty light gold. Now when I swatched these, they were so beautiful. And they're applying really pretty as well. You guys might know, if you watch my channel a lot, you might have heard me talk about the Chloe It's Judy, or not Chloe, the Pixi It's Judy Time collab palette from last year. I absolutely love that palette. I think it's such great quality, and so far this palette is reminding me of the quality of that, which is a good sign. I want to deepen up my crease a little bit, so I'm going to mix the light brown and the darker brown together and go back into my crease just to deepen it a tiny bit. Yeah, the mattes, I mean, this is the first impression. Keep in mind, I will come back and give you my final thoughts in a later video, but so far I think the mattes are a little bit sheer, but maybe that's because they're intended to be brow powders. Okay, now to highlight my inner corner, I'm going to use this really light shimmer right here on a little Wet n Wild small concealer brush. Okay, now that was the world's easiest eye on the lid, but I want to do something kind of fun, not too crazy, but to spice up the lower lash line a little bit. So I pulled out my ColourPop palette, and if you guys, I do always get questions about what shades I have in here, so I'll leave a video down below if you'd like to see where I talk about every shade in this palette. But I'm thinking I want to do pink and purple on the lower lash line. I don't know if I want to use this really soft pink or this hot pink. I'm kind of leaning towards the soft pink, which is the shade Soft Core. So I think that's the one I'm going to use, and I'm going to take it on the Sigma E34 and put it on the inner part of my lower waterline. Not waterline, like the lower lash line. Okay, so I put that on the inner part. Now I'm going to take that darker purple, which was the shade 143, and I'm going to put that on the outer half of my lash line. Now I think, just because I feel like this is looking a little bit unbalanced, I'm gonna take 143 and just kind of put it onto my upper lash line with the same brush, just kind of smoke that out just on the outer half, just to kind of work the purple up into the top of my eye. Yeah, I like that. It's subtle, but I feel like it helps. So now I'm going to use a purple eyeliner on my waterline. This is the Kiko Free Soul eyeliner in the shade 01, and I'm going to line my waterline. I like this. I feel like it's very springy, and it's kind of a fun pop of color, but it's not too intimidating. I feel like if you guys watched my Color for Beginners video where I talked about ways to wear color without being so intimidated and scared, this was one of the techniques that I recommended, doing a very natural lid and then kind of playing up your lower lash line. So I think this look pairs well with that video idea. But now I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. I'm using the Ulta Beauty Twisted Volume Mascara, so I'm going to do a few coats of this. You guys, I really like the way that this eye look turned out. I feel like it's just so soft and springy, and I really like it. You guys will have to try this look out. But for my lips, I wanted to use this. This is the Pixie Sugar and Spice lip palette. It's from one of their spring collabs, and I haven't used any of these yet. I've swatched all of them, as you can see, and when I swatched them, this was the shade right here that I really liked. Maybe it was one of these two. Maybe it was both of them. I don't have a lip brush, so I'm gonna try applying it with my fingers. We're gonna see how that works. So I'm gonna use this nude right up here in the corner, and I'm gonna apply this with my finger. This might be a fail, so we might end up trying a different lip product. And I didn't line my lips or anything, so we'll see how this goes. Decent pigmentation, actually, for applying it with my finger. It's a little bit lighter than I want, but I don't hate it. But just to darken it, I'm gonna take this mauve nude down here and add a little bit of that just to darken it up. You know, I actually really like that. I thought I was gonna have to go in with a lip liner just to kind of pull it all together, and I definitely could, but I think I'm just gonna leave it as that. I kind of like that. Now I'm gonna go, I forgot to grab settings, right? Let me grab that. All right, so this is Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm gonna spritz my face. All right, so this is the completed makeup look. Now, as always, I have some outfits to share with you at the end of this Get Ready With Me. If you are interested, stay tuned. I wanted to share some spring appropriate looks since I did a spring makeup look. So my favorite staple piece for spring is white jeans. So I styled 2 outfits around the idea of white jeans, and one of them, spoiler alert, has this sweater in it. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. If you are not, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. But for now, let's go ahead and hop into the outfits.